Hey guys, Trina here in the friendly confines of my car where there is peace. I want to try to quickly go through a couple of things just to put some things into perspective for you guys because I'm going through the numbers in March and they're looking. I mean, the thing is that there's so many people that are literally could qualify like at any second, but they're missing like a key component. In most cases, it's a qualified presenter. And the way that you qualify is to have $125 in PRS for the month. So somebody on your team, well, actually, not just somebody, it has to be somebody that's personally sponsored, that you personally sponsored. So, for example, for Pink, if you want to be Pink, you would have to have $250 in PRS, which means sell $250. And you'd have to have $2,000 in company sales, and you'd have to have one qualified presenter. So if you kind of like statistically, 1 out of 3 is always going to do it. Okay. So if you consider this, that let's start with the PRS. Okay. To get 250 PRS, you have to assume that's at least one qualified party. Okay. So you might be able to do that in one party, but not every party is going to rock it. So you have to kind of keep in mind that you might need to do 3 to 4 parties to hit that $250. Okay. Because 3 of them might suck and 1 of them might just qualify. If you go over that, then obviously that's awesome. And that's just more money in your bank. But to actually qualify for that month, you need at least 250. Okay, second thing is the company sales. Okay, now the company sales are going to be the wholesale of you and everybody in your team. Whatever you guys have all sold together, but it is going to be the wholesale of that, so keep that in mind. The more people, the easier it is to get to 2,000. At Pink, you usually have about 3 people on your team, anywhere from 1 to 3 people on your team. And the reason I say that is because, again, the 1/3 rule is that 1 out of 3 is going to really do something. So if that person does 1,000 and you do 1,000, awesome, you're qualified. But as you can see, if you have 3 other people on your team, there's 4 of you splitting up 2,000. That's only 500 apiece, and that's a little bit more doable for some people. The third thing is you have to have at least 1 qualified presenter. And that means at 125 PRS. So if you might have 1 rock star that does it, and that's awesome. If you don't, I would suggest you have at least 3, because then you're not putting pressure on anybody, and usually 1 out of 3 will work it. So, and it depends on the month too. Like there's always stuff going on. There's, people have things that come up in their lives, and not everybody is gung-ho, wants to be a green presenter, wants to be a black presenter, and like rule unique. Not everybody wants to do that. Not everybody wants to take that leadership role. And so, again, be considerate to that fact as well. But in the same token, everyone did sign up to make some money. So if you signed up and you got a presenter's kit, it's probably because you wanted to make some money. So your sponsor just wants to help you do that. So if you're at a point where you're like, I just really want to just make a little money on the side whenever, just let her know that. It's cool. But if that's not you and you really do want to get to the next level, let her know that too, because then she can help you map out, the goals to get to that next level. And if she doesn't know how, she should refer you to the next person who does, which is most likely the elite in your group. So for you guys, a lot of you, that is going to be me. But there's a ton of you that it's going to either be, somebody else. It's going to be somebody else. So find out who your elite is, I guess is the best way to put it. And then some of you are really close and you do know your stuff and you totally can help your team do that. Like Tracy Luna has a huge team. She definitely could help you do that. She has tons of leaders on her team that know how to do this as well. So, you may not need to go all the way up to your elite if they know how to map it out for you. But it's really so much easier if you just break it down and then also keep in mind about the 1/3 rule. If you want Pink, you probably need 3 sponsored legs. If you want blue, you probably need 6. because you're going to need 2 qualified presenters. So if 1/3 does it, you'll need 6. If you want green, you need 3 qualified presenters. So you probably need at least 9 sponsored legs to do that. Now, where are you going to get these people? Where are you going to get these sales? Where are you going to get the sponsored legs? I'm going to tell you that when I got started, I was definitely not looking for anything. This is something I talked about at the team meeting. I was not looking for anything. I did not want to sell anything. I had done all that, and it wasn't something I wanted to go back into. And I bought the mascara. I loved it. Laura Dilley happened to be the presenter of that party, and she was just getting started herself. I did not know her at all, and she followed up with me and asked me if I was loving the mascara, and was very nonchalant about it, was not pushy whatsoever, and she just was like, hey, just wanted to make sure that you love your mascara. If you have any questions, let me know. By the way, if you want to share with your friends, I'd love to do a Facebook online party for you. If not, no worries. I mean, it was so not pressure that I was like, I'll totally do a party for this girl. Absolutely. Because I did love it and I wanted to share it with everybody, and I was talking about it with everybody anyway. So I figured I might as well do one. So, and it was so easy to do. It was, you know what it is. You create a Facebook group, she does the work, and you get the rewards for it. And it's just awesome. So, after a couple of hours of her doing that, and she had already racked up a ton of sales, I was like, wait a minute, hold up. How do I just make some money off of my own group for the course of this 10 days? And so I asked her, what did I need to do to be a presenter? I let her know straight out I wasn't going to sell this, though, after the 10 days, that I was done after 10 days. And she told me what to do. Actually, the one thing that I always forget to mention, but is something that I did do, was she directed me to a call, like a call that Sherry Brown was doing on the opportunity. And that really was what clinched it for me, because I realized how easy it was. I realized the potential, and I was excited about it. So, although I was only going to do it for 10 days. So after the 10 days, I had an incredible launch party. Not probably typical, but it does happen a lot. It was probably around $3,500, and I was excited. And I also but I still wasn't like 100% sure I was going to do it. But then I had 5 girls who I barely knew. I mean, I kind of knew they were acquaintances, but like from grade school. A couple girls came out of grade school. One of them was like my oldest son's preschool teacher, who I had not talked to in like several years. There were 5 of them. I can't even remember right now off the top of my head who everybody was, but they were not my best friends. They were not my family. They were totally like just people that were on Facebook. And a lot of my sales came from those people as well. Like people like that. They weren't my family and friends, which I was like, what? Are you kidding me? How are you not buying this stuff? But it didn't matter, because I invited all these other people and they bought it and they loved it. So word spread really fast. And the thing is that with a Facebook party, that's what happens. People will come to you. I mean, yes, put the opportunity out there, but it doesn't have to be pushy. It doesn't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be, join my team. Tell people what it's done for you, and people will join your team. I promise. And it could be something as simple as paying your kids' sports stuff off, or, getting a mani-pedi, whatever. I mean, it could be $40 thing. It could be a $1,500 mortgage. It could be, whatever it is for you. Share it with people, because that is what people want to hear. They want to know how it's changed your life, and they can relate to that and how it can change their life. And then they want to join your team. So all of that, though, stems from a Facebook party. Sales come from a Facebook party. Follow-ups come from a Facebook party. Return customers come from a Facebook party. More parties come from a Facebook party. And sponsored legs come from a Facebook party. So it doesn't have to be Facebook, but I mean, it is a social media business. This is what we do. So I do tend to lean on the Facebook party. But if you guys are doing in-home parties, if you're doing events, that's awesome. Keep doing that. I just tend to feel that the Facebook thing works a little bit faster for me. And for a lot of people, and for a lot of the leaders that are at the Black Status Retreat. right now. So, but do what you want to do what's comfortable for you, but at the same time, step out of your comfort zone a little bit too. If you are doing only Facebook parties, maybe you want to do like a one-on-one with a friend or family member or somebody that's local to you. Maybe, whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter what you do, just as long as you make sales and as long as you're sharing your love for Younique. And people will be excited because you're excited. People will love the product and want to try the product because you're excited and love the product and want them to try it. But you don't have to be overly pushy about it. It's just people will feed off your own excitement. So I hope that this makes sense. I hope that you can understand why it's so important to be a presenter that is a team player and also a presenter that wants to let whoever it is that's working with you help you. Because that's what we're here for. We're all here just to help you make money. That's why we got started. Maybe, you have other reasons, but that's for another time. If you have questions, reach out to us, let us know, get qualified in your business and hit those goals. You guys are so close. It's like, I can see it and I am so excited for you, but I know that you need to get these couple things, locked in the next 6 days. So go after it, do it. I know you can do it. And, I will talk to you guys soon. Okay. Peace out. Love you.